Editing is the roadmap to reaching 4,000 watch hours on YouTube. And by mastering editing, your videos have a higher chance of blowing up on YouTube, gaining more watch time, and getting your viewers addicted. But how can you actually do that? At first, you need to understand that we creators on YouTube or any social platform, we have access to two senses in any viewer. The first one is the sense of sight, and the second one is the sense of hearing. And in order to create better videos, you have to understand that your videos need to be designed in order to target those two senses alone. So the video needs to express the visual aspect of that same emotion that you're trying to deliver and give him the sense of hearing like he's with you in the same spot. But how can you edit in a way that enhances the viewer experience and gives him a visual and audible hook so he can watch your videos to the end, and with that your chances of blowing up on YouTube gets higher every time. The first thing, you need to understand your story like you understand yourself. But the most important part that can enhance your story for viewers in a way that is exceptional is understanding the pacing of the story. If your video is full of action and dramatic events and a lot is going on within you filming the shots, your edit should reflect that, using fast cuts, jump cuts, match cuts in order to keep the viewer engaged and with something changing within the frame within 2 or 3 seconds at max. And the audience for these type of videos are the people between 18 and 35 because they are addicted to short form content and have a lack of dopamine that they actually search for in your videos. But if your videos are more dramatic and story based and educational, your edit should have a slower pace in order to give the viewer a little bit of time to process what you told and what you're actually giving them information. So understanding your audience is the best way to actually find the pace of your video. If you want to target audience between the ages of 18 and 34, your videos should be a little bit fast, not in the slower side of editing. But the actual creators who understand YouTube and understand how to get people to watch from the start to the end mix between the two, giving an experience to the viewer of highs and lows like the tide of the ocean. But how can you find the perfect pace?
Pacing is never found after you start editing. It starts even before you film your content, in the last stages of scripting. And when scripting, finding the key moments could be easier because you have full control over the filming process and making your shot list. And so many creators overlook the fact that editing is a way of showing what you're telling. If what you're telling is fast, full of movement and action, your edit should reflect that. But if it's slow and calm with trying to show details, that means taking your time and letting everything breathe is the way to go to enhance the viewer's perception of the moment and letting him feel like he's living that same moment.
And to give the viewer the sense that he's living the moment, you need to target emotions. You need to give him something that he can react to in order to get more focused in the story and in the edit. And this is probably the biggest mistake that small creators don't understand. Every time they shoot a video or film a video and they start editing, they think they need to target the algorithm. And they actually edit for the algorithm, not people. But the real trigger that keeps the algorithm pushing your videos even more because your editing is so beautiful, it's because it's targeting emotion, not targeting the algorithm. Because people and the audience are the actual triggers to getting more views on YouTube, and your editing should reflect that fact. And every cut and every B-roll and every sound effect should reflect and target emotion within the viewer to keep him focused within the video. And that could be done by using the key elements of editing, which is B-roll, A-roll, sound effects, music, and text. But when you actually start using those in your edit, you need to use them with purpose. So when anything appears to the viewer, nothing needs to break the pattern of him focusing in your video. A bad cut could destroy retention. The wrong sound effects could disconnect the viewer from that experience. And the B-roll that's not showing what you're actually telling can really destroy retention. But how can you enhance the viewer experience by using those elements?
Is by improving the inputs in the edit. And by improving the inputs, you automatically improve the outputs. Therefore, focusing on the key elements that target the visuals, like B-roll, and making sure you film everything that represents what you're saying, and improving the lighting and composition makes it even more pleasing for the viewer to watch it. But the cherry on top that makes everything work is sound. You can sit and watch a video with bad visual quality, but a video with a bad audio is a guaranteed flop. So making sure your audio is on steroids and crystal clear is a big one. But the last element is what makes an edit truly great.
The 80% rule is maybe the biggest and the best editing rule that I implemented in my workflow. After 3 years of making YouTube videos and editing videos for my clients and for myself, I really understood that editing shouldn't be around the whole timeline. Because after studying my own retention charts and every creator chart in the planet, the biggest drop-off of viewers is in the first 5 to 30 seconds. So focusing 100% in the whole timeline and thinking about the video from frame 0 to frame 200,000 is something really stupid. It takes a lot of time and it creates a sense of stress that you don't actually need in order to continue and grow on YouTube. So if you're a beginner YouTuber, the first thing that you need to focus on your timeline is the first 30 seconds, because it's the most important and crucial part of any video that you're going to make, because it's the first impression that any viewer sees. And focusing 80% on the first 30 seconds will be a game changer for you and for your videos, because you're going to be able to create and hook viewers and they will watch the rest of the video. But what about the 20%? This is where most creators and experienced creators and editors focus the rest of that energy on. They focus their energy on specific parts of the video in order to create a wave of hooking and rehooking, creating multiple hooks within the video so viewers can watch from the beginning to the end without feeling any type of boredom. And when they actually do, the second hook and the third hook within the edit keeps them watching to the end. So if you want to grow on YouTube too, watch this video because it could help you understand YouTube even more, and don't forget to subscribe.